YouTube, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Eoy. Best that ever did it, man. We back. We was on a little hiatus. You know how I do it. Gotta take a little break sometime. You know what I mean? But we back though. You know what I mean? We've been seeing what the last couple of days been bringing us. Bullshit games, bullshit teams winning. Other day, Boston University loses outright. Boston University lost outright. It was a couple of other teams I was just like completely just didn't pan out how it's supposed to win. We gonna bounce back though. Like I see a good little 3 games that I like on this slate. It's still a boring slate for Friday, but nonetheless, subscribe to the channel if you aren't subscribed. It helps out a ton. Leave me a like, comment your top 3 picks of the day, and make sure you joining the Telegram group chat Discord for the top picks of the month, top picks of the day, top picks of the week. You get all my best picks for free for a limited time in the description below. First game we starting off with is the Army game versus UMBC. And UMBC has yet to cover a spread at the crib. Last year we seen these two teams play. UMBC did lose outright. Well, I'm sorry, not last. Yeah, this was 2017, not last year, but the last year we seen them play. UMBC lost outright, but 2017, you really can't really go off that. That's 8 years ago. The Army has been miserable like usual. They got a Manhattan win, beat Farley Dickinson on the road as they should. The next closest game they had was St. Thomas, Minnesota. Every other game was like more than 9-point loss. You know what I mean? I got to go with my boys Army in this one and keep it close until UMBC can cover a spread at the crib. I got to go with the other dog. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Army wins, but I'm taking Army to cover. Xavier, Missouri State. This is a bullshit type of game because Xavier is having a weird type of year. They're having a down year. No doubt about it. They're not the same dominant Xavier team we know and love. Missouri State is definitely having a down year. Their boys not even really that feisty this year. 1-4 against the number. Have yet to cover a spread on the road. I got to go with Xavier in this one to win, but I'm not in love with that number. I like that one around more like 11.5, 12.5, 13.5. South Carolina State catching 17 points against Queens. Queens is 2-1 at home against the spread, 4-0 money line. South Carolina State is one of the worst teams in the country, 0-10. They just lost by 40 to Charleston Southern. They're only 11-point underdogs. They lost by 21 as 14-point underdogs to Bethune-Cookman. Their best game of the season was against South Dakota. Pretty good game against Samford, held in there, lost by 10. I think Queens has enough firepower to blow them out by 20, 15 plus. So best play in this one, alt spread to 14.5, 13.5. But I do think they beat them by 20. You know what I mean? These two teams, they got some good wins already. Beat Sacred Heart by damn near 20. Beat Gardner Webb, another bad team in the country. They beat the dog shit out of them by 27. So they got the firepower to blow bad teams out. Give me Queens at the top, one of my top plays for today. UMass at North Carolina A&T, and I'm liking North Carolina A&T in this one. North Carolina A&T has some good home court advantage in that one. UMass is still UMass. They're 1-8 on the money line on the road. Still the same UMass team we know and love. They are a good covering team, though. UMass will cover some spreads against these big schools. North Carolina A&T going to win the game money line. Give me North Carolina A&T. Another good play I like a lot is Eastern Tennessee State. They're only a 3-point favorite. ETSU beat the dog shit out of Austin Peay every time these two teams play. Not every single time, but majority rules. ETSU's coming off of a good win against South Alabama before playing up on a Division II school. But they did lose to Dayton before then. Before then, they was on a little tear. They got that clunker against Presbyterian on the road. but they do got a North Alabama win by 4 points. Austin Peay's coming this one. Last time we seen them at home, they beat up on NIU. They just lost outright on the road to UTRGV. Very, very bad loss. You know what I mean? Kent State, that's a good team. Kent State barely beat UNC Greensboro. I'm not in love with this Austin Peay team. That bad loss against UTRGV. Everybody's expecting just a bounce back after that bad performance. I'm just not seeing it. ETSU is a much better defensive team, better scoring team, better, deeper roster. You know what I mean? Better coach. Gotta go with ETSU in that one, man. Give me them boys to get the outright win. Texas against UConn. And UConn, I gotta see the injury report in this one, because if Terrace Reed is playing, I'm taking UConn and I'm laying the number. But if Terrace Reed, their star center, is not playing, I'm taking Texas plus the points. Terrace Reed is UConn's one of their star players, so every time he's been out, they've not covered the spread. As you can see, they're 1-5 against the number. They even didn't cover a spread he did play in. One of them, they're not a really good covering spread type of team at the moment. A lot of those inflated spreads have been inflated, but give it that given. They're still capable of blowing anybody out at any given moment, as long as they're healthy. Though, if they got Terrace Reed in there, I'm taking them. I might drop it down anyway, just to 11.5, 10, and maybe 10.5, 11.5. But nonetheless, man, we got to see if Terrace Reed is playing for UConn. If not, I'm taking Texas plus the points. Way too many points. Last couple games on the slate, and I like this game a lot. This is where we see McNeese do what they usually do, man. Last time we seen them play these boys was February 2025. As you can see, McNeese was trailing at the halftime, came out and 20-pieced them in the second half. But these are two different teams. McNeese team from, last year is different. East Texas A&M team from last year is a little bit different. But it's still a little bit of something to go off of. You know what I mean? We see this team is still losing by 15 plus when they play each other. You know what I mean? But East Texas A&M been covering spreads, man. They 6-1 against the number. They usually go under the total, more unders than overs. I think that's the strongest play in this one is the under. You can see last game out 51-67. Totals at 140. I think we got a lot of cushion to go under. Give me the under. But I ain't gonna lie, I like McNeese to win about 14, 12-point favorite. You know what I mean? I think it does get ugly though for Texas A&M, because this is not a good matchup. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? They beat up on Army. They barely beat Farley Dickinson. They lost to Rice by 7. Lost to Hawaii by 26. You know what I mean? Lost to New Mexico by 22. I think McNeese could definitely blow these dudes out, but knowing that they know each other, how they know each other, I got to go with the damn under. Give me McNeese minus the spread. It's the second best play. Cali Baptist to end the night off against Eastern Washington, and Cali Baptist going to roll these boys out the gym. I love this spread. Perfect number. Give me Cali Baptist minus the 4. That's how we're going to close out the slate. We're going to cook up the top 3 plays on the board. It's Cali Baptist minus the 4 points. The strongest play for the night slate. Second best pick of the day will be Queens on the spread against South Carolina State. Blowout waiting to happen. And our last top play for the day will be McNeese under the total with Texas A&M, East Texas A&M. That's how we're going to cook it up. Leave me a like, comment, your top 3 plays, and subscribe if you ain't already subscribed, man. Join the Telegram chat. Get my top plays. See y'all boys in the next one.